in the early 90s,
right,
when I was watching specific movies, they had the references about adult XXX movie. I can't remember. I seen a movie where it's like a shootout or a chase scene, and somebody, like a few people were in like this adult movie and said XXX, and they're in a movie theater.
Yeah.
And they're in there, then like a chase scene kind of took place. So it's kind of like they're running through, and then you hear, "Oh, me so horny," like going off on the screen. So I'm like, that was in the 90s. So in the 90s, I was probably like 5'6".
Yeah.
You were not 5'6". So this is in your time and your era,
dude,
that these movies and stuff was flowing.
I only know about those things through pictures. I'm a VHS guy.
That shit is wild.
The podcast, you can't win. Talking a good game, you can't win. Topics never lame, you can't win. Win.
Watch your average Joseph. Marvelous. It's ridiculously funny.
I'm Marvelous.
And I'm Joseph with the Mosif.
And we are the Podical Sons. So let's start the show.
Joseph with the Mosif. That's like a Kanye line right there. It doesn't fit, but you try your best.
Shit lyrics, boy. Don't let Kanye get you fooled out here. Like, comment, subscribe, all the above, all streaming platforms all possible.
Of course.
From the Googles to the Spotifys to the Apple Podcasts. You know it. You see it. If not, search us. Look about us. Tell a friend and tell a friend. It's them again. PodicalSons.com. And YouTube as well. We are there everywhere. You can also see us on Spotify and stuff as well. Let's start the show.
Yeah. We I couldn't find the actual button on our IG page to add the threads. So we're not on threads yet, but we'll get there. But funny thing is that Zuckerberg was on Twitter and says they're down 50% already.
What do you mean 50%?
Of their users?
Oh, from what? Instagram and Facebook?
From threads.
Like, what do you mean 50%?
So it's the remember they had that big like the first couple days. It's like 50% of the people who joined are on there right now using it.
Yeah, I would see that. But I mean, 50% could be a small fraction of stuff, whatever, a small number, fraction. Right? It could be like 50% over like what? I think they said like maybe. What did they say? I can't remember the numbers and stuff, but I think they said something about like 10 million subscribers and stuff, whatever, within the first week.
It was nuts. It was something
and so
nuts.
50%, that's 5 million and stuff is still using it. And that's decent.
It's still decent, yes, of course.
That's decent. And then you got Twitter, formerly known as X.
X, formerly known as Twitter.
This is so stupid.
I was like, man, I didn't get a Twitter all week, but all these exes kept contacting me.
Nah, I don't know. That name just, I think Elon really went there to go fuck up Twitter legit, and then I think he's gonna probably just get rid of it. I don't think he wanted to keep anything of it. Well, because I don't even think it's stripping the bare bones, my opinion.
What he said is he's trying to make it the all and everything. He wants to put a financial piece to the back end of it, so you can do financial stuff. How he intends on doing that, I don't know. But Twitter should just be Twitter, man. It's wild because for the longest time people complained that you can only type so much characters, and then but that became the allure of it, right? He's like, if you can't manage to get your thoughts across in these certain amount of characters, you're not a Twitter user. So I don't know. Yeah, it's like even just moving the name. Like people send tweets. Like tweet came from Twitter. Like why would you want to disassociate yourself from that?
You got an X. You got an X from X. Like I don't know. You got a message from X.
You got a message from X.
You got a message from your X.
Like, all these X's messaging you.
Yeah, fuck that. We'll see what happens with that. Let's go. Hit with the polls. First poll of the week was, is truth the new hate speech? And 78% said yes. You're still on that. You're still on agreement.
Still on agreement.
Still on agreement. I like the fact that when I say it to people, because when I said it to you, you got stunned. You got stunted. I don't know why, but I just look at like, it was just always a thought in my head. So then me just mention it to you.
Yeah.
I realized and stuff that like I'm like, oh, this shit might have more of an impact than I thought. So I start asking other people and stuff, and they just pause and freeze. The other percentage of stuff on the podcast or the ones that voted.
Right.
Thank you for all the people that participated in the polls.
Thank you.
We appreciate you guys from the Facebook to the gram. We do appreciate you guys. But one person's like, yeah, they're like, no, they just don't want to hear the truth because they soft. I was like, well, I mean, you're not wrong.
You can rock with that.
There's no right or wrong to these things, but like,
I mean,
yeah.
some of them are really soft. And can't argue with that. Can't argue with that.
No discrepancy and stuff with that from this side. The next poll on the week was, do you care what your loved ones do for money? And 55% said yes. Now that was a battle.
I thought it would have been more than that.
What, said yes?
Yeah. 55%?
Why would you care now?
Why would I care?
Do you care?
Yeah, I would care to a certain extent, especially if they're doing something that could land them in like really serious trouble, either being thrown in jail or even worse, losing their life. Yeah, I don't think anybody should have to risk their own self-being and security just for a paycheck, just to get something. And if you choose to do that, then it's a choice that you make. But
that's why I don't care. That's why I don't care. Because I look at it stuff as where, look, man, most of my loved ones and stuff, whatever, like even, I want to say, to the old, to the young,
yeah,
I look at to the old, you just know what the hell you're doing. Straight like that. And you should know the risk factors if you're doing anything good or you're doing anything bad and stuff. You should know all of that. The younger ones, I look at the stuff as what, if they're that young, 22, I put it on the parents.
Right.
Younger than 22, I put it on the parents and stuff. They're like, you need to rein that in. You need to, if you feel like you can't control that from whatever they want to do for their change, like if it be hooking, selling dope, or all that type of stuff, if you have no reign, no control over that, whatever, relax.
Yeah.
You've done what you could do.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand. Like, you can't, if you want to push the issue more, if you're going to say that, oh, I can't believe this boy is selling drugs, call the feds.
Right.
Yeah, oh, I can't believe this girl's out here stripping and stuff like that. Whatever. Turn your eyes and close your doors when she come through. Then,
right. Yeah.
And just call it a day because you have no control over that. My thing and stuff is that you make this bread, and if we go somewhere, let's say it was illegal money, we get scooped up in the rate and I don't know shit. And if I know some shit and they scooped up and stuff, whatever, like, yeah, I'm pleading the fifth. It'll be like, yo, I thought this person worked at 7-Eleven. Got the check. I'm just saying all of that.
Yeah.
I don't really care. Like, yo, this funny and stuff, whatever, where not only your wife, but other people, they're like, yo, you don't know what I do for a living? No. Can you support your own lifestyle?
That's the key.
That's all that matters.
That's the key.
That's all that matters.
That's the key. And I say it all the time to my friends who hustle. I say, yo, listen, as long as I know you ain't hurting nobody, you ain't out here doing this, that, and the third, you're hustling, but you got your wits about you. Do you? Like, I'm not putting food on your table.
Yeah.
I'm not doing any of these things to dictate what you should be doing. Nah, like, you got to take care of yourself, and however you choose to do it, then that's on you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but at the same time, I mean, you wish somebody would have something safe and secure other than,
I don't.
I do. I'll be honest with you. I do.
Yeah, that's cool. I was like, I look at it, I was like, yo, everybody needs to hold themselves accountable. That's the main thing I'm always stressing about. And if you don't hold yourself accountable and stuff, you can't look at me to save you.
Yeah.
You put yourself in this predicament. You're like, oh, I have no choice. Bullshit. You have...
Scheiße.
It's all on you, man. It's all on you. Accountability. Hold yourself accountable. We breezed through that. That's lovely. All right.
Yeah,
R.I.P. Pee Wee.
Yes, man.
Yes, R.I.P. Pee Wee Herman, man. I look at it as stuff as where I didn't know that Pee Wee Herman show actually started in the 85.
Yeah.
I got when the Pee Wee Herman show, what?
I'm wondering, when did the movie come out?
Which movie?
Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
90s.
Came out in the 90s?
Late 80s, early 90s. I think 88, 89.
So the show was already out before.
Yeah.
Wait,
Of course.
Yeah.
Like, how are you just gonna start the movie and then not have the build up? The thing is stuff is that he was the Pee Wee Herman character played by Paul was a situation where in the late 70s, early 80s, it was I guess like a character skit thing because he's an actor, right?
Right, yeah.
So it was a character skit thing, and it was kind of like now it went from someone else's main thing to Pee Wee Herman got his own thing and blew up on his own to get to the place where he was, right? Known as Pee Wee Herman, right? Now I look at it, stuff as what was dope was that it just took, and it was like a little play around joke thing for it to transform to be something so far. That's why it was looking like a happy mistake or happy accident.
Yeah.
Because it was just something they were just in the writer's room just playing around with, and then boom, we had this iconic character, Pee Wee Herman. I mean, you dressed like Pee Wee Herman and stuff like that, whatever, right? There's tons of people know. Let me not say tons of people. The old generation. If you were born before 1990, you know who Pee Wee Herman is. If you are listening to the Podical Sons and you were born after that, or you are, I like to call them the transmillennials.
Transmillennials?
They're
like to play like they're
really some Gen Z people, but they identify as millennials.
Identify.
And then, so I look at those people might kind of know him from just like hearsay. Because I'm not assuming anymore. I went out to dinner and stuff, whatever. I went out to eat the other day, and it was so funny where a woman and a man, they were on a date at another table. I was on another table. And music was playing, and I heard the woman, the guy, he's like, oh, get ready and stuff. When we go to Jamaica,
right?
He said, so I guess they're going on a trip. When we go to Jamaica and stuff, they're gonna play a lot of more reggae and stuff, whatever, and you're gonna hear something like this. And it was soca that was playing.
Okay.
So she's like, what is soca? So he's like, well, it's like a kind of fast tempo reggae, right? So the guy looked over at my table. So he's like, he's a white guy. He's like, yeah, right? So I was like,
he looked over you for the cosign?
I was like, yeah. A faster paced kind of reggae type of thing, whatever, right? So then I'm like, so I said to the girl, I'm like, reggae, right? It's kind of like Bob Marley. So she's like, I've heard the name before. Right there, I already assumed that she was, I'm like, how old are you guys? You guys are young. You guys have to be young.
Right, yeah.
So then she's like, she's 23?
23.
So I'm like,
yeah.
She don't know who Bob Marley is. I don't expect her to probably even know who Pee Wee Herman might be and stuff, whatever. If because Bob is older than Pee Wee. Because Bob died in what? Early 80s?
Early 80s.
Right.
I wonder how long the show ran for. Because if it ran quite as some time, then it would extend a little age difference a little bit.
5 years.
About 5 years?
5 years, and then became syndicated. So in the 90s and stuff, let's say I was born in 85.
Right.
Let's say my faculties and everything are real good, and like in, let's say 88 to 89, like 3 to 4 years and stuff later. I'm just seeing Pee Wee, and then Pee Wee just kind of vanished off TV, but then it's just the syndication and stuff that's kept running around.
Right.
And then I want to say probably about like mid 90s and stuff, let's say 94, 95, no more, off air.
I think that's why I thought the movie came first, because I don't think we got the syndication here till after it.
Oh, here in Canada?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But Pee Wee will always be known for the bourbon one out in the movie theater. I think that's okay, let me ask you. Are your losses heavier than your wins? Because they will hold that against Pee Wee. Now, peep the setting. Because when I'm looking at it and stuff, like when I was younger and I heard about it, I assume, like even Eminem, what is it? I think the My Name Is video.
Right.
I think he's like something about Pee Wee Herman jerked off in a strip club, whatever, right? That wasn't the thing.
Right.
I just assumed that was the thing because I was younger. I'm hearing this, and it was kind of like, if cancellation was a thing, it would have been like what happened to Pee Wee and stuff, right? Now, the setting was he went to, which was different. I don't know why, which was very different. They had a full movie theater for adults to watch XXX movies.
Okay, so it was a XXX theater he was in.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, we know how movies are set up
Mhm.
with all the multiple roles. And you know, if you're watching a movie like that, would you really sit next to like a random dude over there? So you're in your own row.
I'm trying to find my own little.
You're trying to find your own
section. Not even row. Section.
Thank you. Yeah, exactly.
Section.
And then they're staring up at the screen and stuff. So regular people watching the movie probably eat popcorn. People watching a XXX movie, you know what they doing.
You know what they do.
I feel like the assholes and stuff in the front. Oh shit, is that Pee Wee Herman?
Yeah.
When these guys go, I'm like, Pee Wee could not be the only one in there jerking.
Of course he wasn't the only one.
But yet and still
the person who called him out was in there jerking.
But that's what I'm saying. But yet and still we use this defining moment to say Pee Wee Herman jerked off in public. They made it seem like it was like some Louis C.K. shit. Yo, shout out to Louis. I'm not shitting on you.
Shout out Louis.
But
we're just trying to make the difference.
Yeah,
we're
like,
just trying to make the
work
difference.
with me, man. Work with me. I'm looking at him like, it ain't a Louis C.K. type of thing. Because I'm looking at him like, you're watching a naughty movie in public, which is foreign to me. I would never do that. I wouldn't even have a thought.
That is wild. Like, the thought that there was even... Well, I guess...
They had a lot of those things back then.
Yeah, I was about to say. I guess, I mean, because before VHS, where else would you go and see porn?
But why? Okay. Like, see, this is before my time. So, okay, explain.
Way before my time.
No.
I got into porn I got into porn on the VHS era.
You did?
Yes.
However, kind sir, by the time, let's say this, in the early 90s,
right,
when I was watching specific movies, they had the references about adult XXX movie. I can't remember. I seen a movie where it's like a shootout or a chase scene, and somebody, like a few people were in like this adult movie and said XXX, and then a movie theater.
Yeah.
And they're in there, then like a chase scene kind of took place. So it's kind of like they're running through, and then you hear, oh, me so horny, like going off on the screen. So I'm like, that was in the 90s. So in the 90s, I was probably like 5'6".
Yeah.
You were not 5'6". So this is in your time and your era.
Dude.
That these movies and stuff was flowing.
I only know about those things through pictures. I'm a VHS guy.
That shit is wild. I just looked at it. How we? I couldn't get jiggy with this shit. It's not John Blaze. It's not the bomb thing. I couldn't. I'm looking. I'm like, you're gonna watch a movie. We know from the beginning of time, if you're gonna watch a movie like that, you're gonna get aroused.
Right.
So you're just gonna sit there. It must be a pre-game to a party you're going to later or something to kind of get you jacked up. But other than that, I assume 8 out of 10 are gonna be jerking in those movie theaters.
But I'm like, why didn't he just deny it? Like, they didn't have no cameras back then to catch.
Couldn't deny it.
He couldn't deny it.
He couldn't deny it. I think in Pee Wee's situation, he couldn't deny it because again, he was already high profile.
Right.
The person knew what the fuck he was doing and called him out. And remember, that automatically is indecent exposure.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like, oh, Pee Wee Herman's jerking off here in the movie theater. Yeah, the Pee Wee Herman. Doot, doot. Hi, Pee Wee. Put away your wee-wee. Come with us. And they use that to outweigh so many things that he's done. He was part of the Make-A-Wish Foundation and stuff for there for a period of time because kids loved this show like that. The movies. He did other acting roles after the Pee Wee character stuff. I'm trying to remember, like, I want to say Matilda. He was in there as a cop, and the other movies and stuff, he played other little fragment roles.
Right.
But he was into the Pee Wee role. But again, you know, we as society or as people, we use that loss to outweigh all the good.
Yeah, you know, funny thing about it though is that I kind of put it in the back of my mind, like that whole thing where he did, and just kind of just rocked with the fact that he was Pee Wee Herman and just did his thing.
That's good because I want to say that's honorable and stuff of you because I look at where tons of times people like I heard Jay-Z say it, people line up to watch the Titanic sink. right? So they want to see something great go down.
Mhm.
So I just feel like most of the time people, that's just what it is. Like and
Well, for 100%. I mean, that person didn't have to make that phone call.
no one had to call out.
He didn't have to make that phone call, but
'cause
he
it-
wanted to see him go down.
If he was beating somebody,
Different.
if he ran over somebody, like, different
Yeah.
circumstance, but not that. So I wouldn't hold that. R.I.P. Pee Wee.
Yeah, I want to say
Sorry, R.I.P. Paul Rubin. Let me Paul Rubin give his full flowers.
Paul Rubin, aka Pee Wee.
Yeah.
I think my wins.
You think your wins outweigh the losses?
Yeah, I think my wins outweigh my losses.
What about the people? When you see other people and stuff, it's always like that? The wins outweigh the losses?
I don't really think people are around to see my losses.
Not your losses. I want to say
their
their
losses.
losses. So say, for example, we know somebody and stuff that you know.
Right.
I'm not going to say the name. You're going to read my mind. You're going to guess the name. You're going to guess the person that gets the face.
Mhm.
Scammer.
Mhm.
Over the age of specific age.
Mhm.
However, he's providing for himself. So we know, but we don't care. Again, that's what I
Providing
said.
for himself.
Right.
Right.
Now, that person
Right.
has good characteristics and stuff about them, has done a few things and stuff, whatever,
Yes.
try to do a ones and twos and stuff.
Yes.
But now, the bad, that what we know, does it outweigh to that person and stuff in your world? Is it heavier and stuff? Be like, yo, this shit is heavy. Why I can't really fuck with you like that or interact with you?
It's heavy because of the consequences that could come from it.
Okay.
And I think that would make me kind of stay away from that person.
Mm.
That person hasn't done anything to me personally.
Mhm.
Anytime we see each other, we're all good.
Right, because this is their own personal loss.
Right. We're all good. But just knowing that fact, I can't be out with you because I don't know whoever you may have wronged may not be taking it so easy and maybe looking for some sort of revenge. Yo, I had another friend, right? They were running the scam, this banking scam, right?
Mhm.
He got his coworker involved in on it, right? So it's like, all right, you give me a certain amount of money, you get back a certain amount of money, right? Everything was going good until the bank started catching on to the scam, right? So now once they started catching on to the scam, everybody who got money, they automatically got it sucked out of their account, this, that, and the third, and then like all these fines and stuff like that. Dude didn't know his coworker was like some biker associated dude.
Like a Hell's Angel type?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's like, brought him to the bar, right? And he's saying, he's like, yo, don't worry. I'm trying to get back your money, Dude went to his pocket, took out his gun, put it on the table, right?
Mm.
He said, I know you, and I like you. Your friend who you're running the scam with, I don't know. Give me my money. The next day, they had to find how they had to do it. They got dude his money, right? And that's what I'm saying. Like, you never know what kind of situation somebody else might get you into.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I can agree to that. Yeah, well, again, that's rough. R.I.P. to Angus Cloud, too. The Euphoria actor died at 25.
25.
Autopsy is yet to be exposed of what he died from. Unlike Paul Rubin died of cancer at the age of 70, where Angus Cloud died at 25, and they said it more likely been a drug overdose,
right,
that he died from. Now he's lost his father. I think he buried his father the week before, and everything. And he was an open advocate to mental health and drug usage and stuff as well, talking about like because I guess from his character on Euphoria,
Right.
with the Fezco character, and they were saying like how the world where, let's say, I think the grandmother or the mother was hospital, like bedridden, and then he was doing all that type of stuff. They're like, yeah, he's used to a world like that.
Right. Right.
Where it's kind of like you have no parents, you have to kind of rely on yourself.
Right.
And do what it takes and stuff to kind of make it. And that's not good for a young teenage child.
Yeah.
Right. So he was always an open advocate and stuff on it till him losing his life and stuff recently. So
it was always eerie to me because I remember when I first seen him, I was like, this guy looks so much like Mac Miller.
Lightweight. Yeah, I see it.
And then when that hit me, I was like, oh, he's playing a character. And I was like, oh, Mac Miller. And then it's just to see this come like almost like a full circle.
Because Mac Miller died of an overdose.
Right.
I don't say people have a look, but I look at this stuff as where we need to look for these things within these people.
Yeah.
And really have a conversation and stuff with them, right?
Right.
And as well, I think anybody who might be suffering from some kind of, I want to say, psychological or mental issues and everything, don't hesitate to talk to other people or people who you might deem worthy of your information and your time and your personal business and stuff. Like,
right.
Drugs, I'm not saying self-medication isn't a thing to do, but I look at it stuff, there's other options.
Right.
There's other options because I want to say somebody and stuff might be like in a state, be like, I'm gonna fucking slap a motherfucker. And they go smoke some weed. Then they'd be like, it ain't worth it.
It's not worth it. Right.
Right. The self-medication helped them in that aspect and stuff. When some people are like, I shouldn't be sleeping. I got so many things to do. Then they go snort some coke to kind of keep them up. And they, every time they feel like they're coming down, they want to snort more and more till they might possibly OD. Again, self-medication won't work for you then.
Right.
Right. So I look at it stuff as like, it first starts with words.
Right.
And then proceed and stuff and add on from there. Yes. All right. Off to the, well, hold on. That's a lot of, let's get the dark and heavy stuff out the way first. And yeah.
And we get a little lighter as we go on.
Yeah. Not light skin.
I'm with that.
Let's talk Obama's chef death conspiracy. This is the segment where we call it Shit Smooth Says. Accidental or not. Don't get sued though.
I don't know. I mean, I want to say accidental because there's nothing else really to say otherwise. But,
I'm not saying accidental.
But from what I hear, this guy is like he's been around the water. He's a
swimmer. There's videos of the man swimming prior to his death.
Yeah.
Swimming. So like with the whole like, I guess like the paddle board thing and stuff like that, whatever. I was like,
see, there's not much details other than he was on a paddle board.
On Martha's Vineyard. Which the Obamas were located on. They were there, but they weren't there at the scene when it happened. But they were there and stuff like on the property.
Sounds a bit dodgy, mate.
That's what I'm saying.
Sounds a bit dodgy, mate.
I don't know about the accidental part of stuff.
I'm gonna have to go with the accidental because I don't know anything else.
Yeah,
but it's for all intents and purposes, if like that happened to my ass, then yeah, you could say it's an accident because my ass can't swim. But this dude was like a fish, basically.
Yeah. Okay.
So what about the other Obama conspiracy?
What's that? Which one is that? What are you talking about?
You know which one.
Refresh me. I don't know. I'm asking you.
The other Obama conspiracy?
What about Obama? I'm trying to. I got a lot of thoughts in my head. Call it out then.
Obama and the dude?
Oh, Obama being gay. Say that then. Why are you scared to talk? Are you scared to talk?
No, I can't believe you can't remember that.
Because it's all alleged. That's why. That's what I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't go by allegations too much because everybody has an allegation.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has an allegation. I don't think Obama's gay. I think the story and stuff was that the guy said he sucked Obama's dick so good that Obama came back for a second helping. Yeah. Why he was senator at the time. Why he was senator, because what was it? Was it Netflix? Somebody had a Barack Obama movie or something like that a few years back. Less than 10 years ago.
Probably Netflix.
Somebody had a movie about Barack, and at that time he was with, I guess, the woman before Michelle. Right? But even around that time and stuff, whatever, I heard he was getting women before he locked in.
I can see that.
Women.
I can see that.
Not men. Women. So that's what I'm saying.
That's
what I heard. So I'm like, when I came to like this, I'm like, where does this fit in? Because that movie or whatever show or flick that was, that Barack thing, this was prior to him being a senator.
Prior to him being a senator.
Prior to him being a senator. So now you add senator stuff on there, and like we live in a world full of status now. He's a handsome man. I only think other things is gonna go up, it's go up, it's go up, and gonna get stuck. You know, some Cardi B shit. So I'm looking at like, you mean to tell me that OBZ can whip his dick out damn near anywhere as senator and stuff before he got locked up and stuff with Michelle, or even who knows, prior to like him and Michelle. I don't know. Like I said, it's all alleged.
It's all alleged.
But come on, dog. Like, if he got his dick sucked by a dude and stuff, whatever, I was like, I don't see it, but where's the proof? Everybody has conspiracy and this, that, and the, where's your proof?
That's it.
Where's your proof? You have no proof, whatever, then sit down, shut the fuck up and enjoy the show. Obese. So you think Obama's gay? Bisexual?
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
That wouldn't even ring in my head.
Nah.
I know Obama haters will say that though. They'd be like, yeah, I can see it. I can see it. That's the reason why he didn't mind the gays getting married. I was like,
I'm about to say, they're probably gonna say that's why. Remember at one point they were saying Michelle Obama was a man.
I heard that. Yeah, I couldn't. You guys are, these people are fucked, man. Sweet ass Michelle. I really love Michelle Obama. Like, legit.
She's nice. She's a nice person.
So that's what I'm like, yo, y'all can't, those kids look like her, though. Men can't produce kids. Birthing parents, maybe.
Birthers. The birthers.
Ah, boy. Rumor has it. What else we got? The sun bear in China. The sun bear in China. In the Chinese zoo. Is it real or is it human in a bear suit?
That's a human in a bear suit.
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 Either that or that's one damn anorexic bear.
Okay, I would say this. Let me say this. Now, China, like Chinese zoos, they've been called out for having white horses painted like zebras. So they've been called out for some shit grade.
They're good on the bamboozle.
On the bamboozle thing. They've been doing some shit, whatever, right? Now, this is my little conspiracy shit. I was messing with, whatever. One, to the Chinese people that might be listening to this and stuff, whatever. People from China, not the Chinese folk, like Chinese American, Chinese Canadians, not them. To the Chinese people and stuff, whatever, they're in China. When it comes to like, the vid, the swine flus, all that type of stuff, a lot of things get experimented and stuff in Chinese labs. That's what they claim.
Right.
I just feel like this was a hybrid. This is a hybrid human bear.
Human and bear?
Yeah, because I look at it, so I was like, that's a tall ass fucking human. But then again, I was like, I heard somebody say that's the Dwight Howard in the costume, right? Oh my God.
I would have said Yao Ming.
Yao Ming, even worse. But the mouth area, like, all right, the hand gesture shit, it looked human.
It looked so human.
It looked so human. It's like, he was like, I'm only human. Yo, that's what it felt like. Now the head area and stuff with the mouth opening, that camera angle, like you saw it when you were sitting down, like the standing up, it looked like it was somebody in baggy pants.
Right, yeah.
I was like, but they could be malnourishing this thing because it's in captivity.
This is anorexic.
It's in captivity and stuff, right? So I don't think that it might be like, as fat as it may be. Now, I am used to, polar bear, black bear, brown bear, grizzlies, and koalas and pandas. Right. Those are the bears I'm used to.
Right.
right? And the red panda bear thing, it looks like a fox to me, so I kind of write it off as a fox.
Yes, like I was wondering what
But I'm
the
looking
hell it
like
was.
it's an Asian remix animal and stuff out there. So I'm like, I'm not familiar too much with their demographic animals unless
Right.
I watch like this is what is in our continent of Asia.
So it could be a different species of bear.
Yeah, but I'm looking, I'm like, it has the ring.
Yeah.
Like the purple ring, like the perfect golden ring and stuff around the neck and stuff. I was like, what's that? They're like identify the sun. I was like, or it could be the collar entrance area for the suit. So I'm like, I don't know. I'm gonna bet my money and stuff and say it's a real bear.
I'm betting and saying it's a real man.
It's a real man. Okay, okay. So what about the dude in Japan that we know is a man who said he bought an expensive ass lasty kind of suit? Was a collar? Is a collier? Collie brand,
Right.
dog. Wore the full thing.
Right.
Had somebody walk him. Well, do you say he's appropriating the dog? Like, I don't know where are we going with this, because like, you know,
he's appropriating the dog.
I mean, it can go in so many areas and stuff for there, because he now identifies as a dog.
I mean, it can't be appropriating if he's identifying.
If he's identifying as a dog.
Yeah.
So it can't be appropriate if you're identifying, is that what we're saying?
No,
so
if you're identifying, you can't be appropriating.
So if I identify as a white woman,
you're not appropriating.
And I put on a wig and I put on blue contacts,
you're not appropriating. You are a white woman.
I'm a white woman.
Yeah.
I like this then. So my man now, my man now turned dog.
Right.
You know, he's living his best dog's life.
Right.
People are petting him. He said that when he was regular human, not in a costume, not his cosplay because it's Japanese.
Right.
But he's not in his cosplay. People wouldn't even pay him no attention. Walk past him, not say a single word. He dressed up as a dog, have somebody even just walk with him.
Right.
They want to pet him. They want to give him treats. They want to, you know, show him all types of love that he never got as a human.
I'm wondering though, how much of that is love over like somebody just stopping and addressing what could be they consider a spectacle.
What do you mean? Because some of them didn't even know he was a dog.
Or didn't know he was a dog, or didn't know he was human.
They thought they looked at the costume, they're like, wow, that's a nice sized dog. The man is not really a tall type of dude.
Okay. So
I want to say height wise and stuff, whatever. They said he's about 5'3", 5'4".
Okay.
So he's a small guy.
Right.
Right? And then you put the suit on, and then a big fluffy dog like a collie.
Right. Collie, yeah.
I mean,
okay. I thought you could tell it was like a man in this, because you know you've seen some of them where they had the face cut out and they got the. It wasn't one of those.
No.
It was.
He spent bread for his cosplay. He spent bread for his cosplay.
Okay, I got it now.
Put some respect. $16,000 he spent for the
That's a hell of a
suit.
costume, man.
$16,000 he spent.
You better wear it and walk around like.
Yo,
you better get your money's worth.
Yo. Okay, when you were younger, as a kid, did you identify as any animal? Did you say you were a tiger? See?
Tiger.
See?
Yeah, I was a tiger.
So that's what I'm saying. My man identified as a dog, but you didn't get the costume, or your parents didn't buy you the cosplay.
No, Marv. I grew out of that thought. That's what happened.
And he grew into it.
Yes, that's what happened to him. I grew out of it.
I don't like this judgment of you.
You're about to ridicule my parents for not buying my cosplay costume.
Yeah, because you know, like your cosplay. No, this is his new life. This is new vibe. No, he's looking like, I get more love as a dog. That's why I always said before, I would love if I'm to die, be resurrected and stuff. Whatever. Send me back as a dog in North America.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers get outfits, Gucci this, Gucci that, jean jackets. They live a life.
They live a life.
But then I realized these fucking cats have it even better than damn dogs. Because the cats don't even have to go outside if they don't want to.
No.
And if they want to, their own. So it's like
then they can go outside.
Carpet the hell out of the damn DM. So I would want to come back as a cat. So
I want to come back as a cat too.
See? Yeah. See, here we go.
You just roam freely. Nobody questions.
Yeah, nobody fucking with stray cats.
Nah.
Yo, I feel like when I see stray cats, I'm like, yo, they got some kind of disease. I can't fuck with
they
them.
wild.
Yo. Yeah, no. Okay. What else we got? We flying today. The Trudeau Separation. Justin Trudeau, Prime Minister of Canada, Justin Trudeau's situation. What are your thoughts on the situation?
I was actually shocked. I didn't. I mean, not that it couldn't happen, but I didn't think I'd see it happen. It didn't. Well, I mean, a lot of those stuff happens behind closed doors, right? You don't really see it play out in public. But
We talking about like
whenever
relationship woes?
yeah, whenever you see them, they always look. They looked happy. So I guess they were. The front was good then.
Well, I think most of the things pertain to politics.
Yeah.
Is you always want to keep like the
front
appearance.
face.
Yeah. So I think when you're into this appearance mode,
Yeah, because even when they separated, they were like, they're still gonna attend certain functions as a family for the appearance.
is that what they said?
Yeah, that's what was said.
Wow.
Whether or not it happens,
Mhm.
that's another story. But for the appearance, I'm like, okay.
Are you
How much of a appearance is that though? When everybody knows y'all are not together, you're just coming together for like a photo op.
Right. That's what I was saying. I was like, really, they're doing that?
Yeah.
It doesn't feel authentic.
No, not at all.
Okay, so let me ask you then. Are you pro Trudeau as a Canadian, or are you anti? Not anti like we're talking about you're gonna go burn down Parliament Hill, but like just you're not for Trudeau and what his policies and his.
Yeah, no, I'm not really riding with. Actually, I wouldn't say Trudeau himself, but the Liberal Party and Trudeau
Liberals in general.
Yeah, and Trudeau is as the extension. He's obviously the leader.
Right.
Yeah.
So even like let's say like the Kathleen wins and stuff like that, you're not a fan of the Liberal Party.
The policies, I don't. It's nothing personal against the individuals themselves, but just the policies. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Now, because I want to say not for Trudeau. I don't want to call you anti, but since you're not for Trudeau and stuff, him like the policies around him and his party.
Yeah.
Personally, him. Do the leaders of these worlds, of these free worlds, or quote unquote free worlds, deserve the benefit of the doubt? Because regular married couples can go through separation.
Yeah.
Right? And they might have to do like, I want to say, not to this degree, like what you were saying about the public aspect,
Right.
but remain civil.
Still put up face. Right.
Do you think they deserve benefit of the doubt?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we don't.
At the end of the day, they're still human beings, man.
But I mean, okay. Let's say this.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I don't as the party. I don't like the party, and as an extension, I don't want him to be in office. But what's happening to him now? Yeah, I feel bad for the dude.
Yeah, because I look at it where I see a lot of fuck Trudeau like banners,
right?
Flags, writings on cars, and everything from the GTA till even I think I was driving to Cleveland and stuff one time, and I actually seen it like in the Niagara region. I was like, damn.
Yeah, I seen one heading out to Owen Sound.
Yeah, damn. I was like, yeah. So I was
they got
like,
them all over. They spread throughout the country.
and again, like what you were saying and stuff before, you're more for the party. It's not like they're saying fuck the Liberals,
right?
They're saying fuck Trudeau,
right?
This is a regular, like I want to say, married couple going through some things situation. Would people extend grace? Do you think people would extend grace to Trudeau, or they're just saying fuck Trudeau when they know it's the political party that he stands by?
Yeah, no, I don't think those who are, because you have some who they're against the party, but even more so, really don't like to do it. So they're probably reveling and enjoying this portion of his what seems to be a decline.
It's hurtful. It's a sad period.
It is, man. It's like I said, at the end of the day, it's like politics is one thing, but family life is a whole nother.
Mm-hmm.
And they've been together like 18 years? I think they said something around there.
Yeah.
Something around there.
Beautiful children.
Yeah.
And they probably seen a lot. I always feel like every world leader, seen a lot. I just feel like they're like, all right, welcome, you're elected and stuff, whatever. We're going to use you as a puppet. However, you need to know why we're going to use you as a puppet.
Right, yeah.
Because I never forget when Obama went in.
But I was about to say.
Jet black hair.
You read my mind. You read my mind.
Hair.
You read my mind.
And then meanwhile, when he came out, that boy was woo. It was more mad salt more than pepper. So I'm looking at him like, yo, they've seen something. And that's 8 years.
8 years.
That was 8 years off the man's life.
Yeah.
Right? So I look at him like, we gotta get him some grace. We gotta get him some grace. I think like the political party thing is another thing, because I feel like even when India, when they assassinated Bhutto in public, I'm like, it's not a dictatorship. It's a political party situation.
Yeah.
So you don't really need to assassinate the person, because that same party is still in power and they'll still put somebody else. They have backup.
Exactly.
And the policies will still run.
Exactly.
So make it make sense, right?
Exactly. It never makes sense to me, right? They're always after the figurehead.
The figurehead.
Right? And figuring if they cut off the figurehead, then everything will just dissolve. But nah, like some of these things are like hydras. Cut one, the next one's ready to pop up.
Facts.
Yeah.
Ooh, I never thought about that. You're right.
Yes, man.
Yeah. Touch me on that. Yeah. That's what's up. I made a short little letter. To my prime minister. I'm Canadian. Hey, what are you talking about?
Hey.
Look at the camera and read it too.
Yes.
This is my teleprompter.
Yes.
Dear Mr. Trudeau, I'm very sorry about your separation. As a man coming from a failed marriage, I understand. Please accept my apology for talking about not voting for single politicians on this podcast, because I don't trust y'all. And I understand that being on this Canadian-made podcast might even piss you off more, but please do not send the feds this way. Sincerely yours, Marvelous.
Trudeau.
Do you think he's done with politics?
This might be the nail in the coffin. Sad to say, I was waiting for you to ask me this question, but this might be the nail in the coffin, Marv. This might be it.
Why you know how you know I was gonna ask you the question? Why you know? How did you know?
It was inevitable.
It was inevitable.
It was inevitable.
Poor thing.
What do you think? You think that's it?
He has to walk away.
He has to walk away now?
And it's not even, because again, like I said, the single politician and stuff, whatever, like any woman I know, if like this motherfucker go on like I don't think he's too high profile to go on the Tinders.
Yeah.
That's for like the basic folk. He might go on elite singles. That's the people that make that bread. So that's the sunshine list. That's the sunshine list people. The elite singles. He might go on elite singles and stuff and leak some secrets. And yeah, I don't think I'm for that. So because one woman might be able to ride it better than Sophie. Not saying Sophie, 18 years. Sophie did a good job.
18 years.
But like, now this is time for new waters, right? Yeah. And the tricks in the trade and stuff has changed up a little different now, whatever, right? I want to see 18 years ago, people weren't so open about eating ass.
No.
Now you got Sukianas out here. He might find him a Sukiana of Canada.
He might find him.
That might want to eat his ass or some shit like that. And Sophie just said no. So who knows? But I can't. I still can't rock with a single politician because I think I need structure.
And it's. I want to say it's different. The fact that he was married and then during his tenure, he's gotten a divorce. But I think part of one of the problems is going to be is not knowing why, right? So now not knowing why they're divorcing. So there's going to be a whole bunch of speculations, right?
From the people.
Is there an affair going? Is this, that? Nothing positive. No one's not going to be thinking anything positive when you have a divorce,
for sure.
Right? So if that's on people's minds, some people are going to view him as a creep. Some people who are probably on his side before may not be on his side now after this. So yeah, it's gonna be a real hard sell for him to be in office.
You see the grace thing and stuff. What I think my devil's advocate side of stuff is I can't extend grace and stuff to a person to say like this: if you can barely keep your marriage together or your household together, how the fuck can you keep the country together?
Run a country.
So, and this was part of the reason why I'm like, the Hillary Clinton voting thing.
Yeah.
Because Cat Williams made a joke about it, but I was like, no, there's half truth to this thing. Like, let's look at this now.
Right.
We're looking at you as supposed to be like, you're representative of us, or figurehead of us, and what the best of our country could do. Because even like when Trump would go to these other places before when he was in office, and they like one of the G summits or something like that, and all the other like figureheads of world leaders were laughing at Trump and Boris.
Right.
You were laughing at their figureheads, at these countries' figureheads, because their figureheads don't have their shit together.
Right.
So now other people are now looking at like, yo, your country don't have your shit together. I don't need that imagery and stuff for me. You don't speak for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna need you to get the fuck up out of there. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Now you need a leader that's respected and feared at the same time.
Facts. All right. Cardi B. Does she have a future to be a quarterback in the lingerie league? She's always half naked. Like,
I mean, she could do the lingerie league. She could.
She could be a QB, right?
She could be a QB.
She launched Mike at Fan and she launched Mike at DJ. Twice in 1 week.
Wait. Okay, the Fan I knew about.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know about the
So
DJ.
she had a show thing, and then she I guess he was switching the songs too fast for her.
Right.
For her songs. And she said, fuck it. She just launched the mic back. So like if the stage is this way, she just turned around, launched them through the mic and stuff, and just walked off and stuff, like getting ready to walk off the stage.
Right.
So she launching the mic. So as I said, I think she got a little QB arm in the making and stuff too.
The mic launcher.
But like did she write a check with her mics that her ass can't cash?
Well, I heard, I don't know how true it is. The
water thing. She asked for the water.
She asked for the water.
So, you didn't see the video?
No, I seen the girl who tossed it up there.
Yeah,
I seen when she tossed it, and I think
and everything get interrupted.
She didn't mean to do it purposely because as soon as she goes, oh my gosh, sorry. So like a million and one stories came out of her mouth.
So this is the reason why I'm a fan to tell people, please do your research before you speak about shit.
Right.
Make sure you see all angles.
Right.
Before she told the people to throw the water on her, Cardi B said it from her mouth on stage. She said, "Wet my pussy, don't wet my hair."
Okay.
So now on another part before, she went to another end of the stage, not the side where the woman threw the water in her face.
Right.
The other side.
Right.
They're throwing the water.
Right.
And they're throwing the water and it's hitting her bathing suit and her dress and everything like that. Because like an outdoor kind of summer function and stuff, whatever, right? And she's still singing and rapping and stuff. And she's getting wet up and she's twerking to the water. But I guess it's kind of like, when does that mode end? Like if I'm a musician, wave your hands in the air, wave like you just don't care. That's all I want you to do.
Right.
I don't want you to throw no water on me. She asked for it.
Yeah.
The girl didn't have that much control over it and stuff, whatever. I'm not making excuses for it, but you can tell she was sincere about it. She's looking like, whoa, the water launch was not the one you wanted, that you asked for.
Right.
And then when the mic went at her and stuff, I was like, well, Cardi, like 2 minutes ago, you asked for the water.
Yeah.
You asked for the water. You wet up your pussy, not your hair.
That's not cool. See, and listen, man, y'all IG people with the clips, y'all stop catfishing people, y'all.
Nah, you can't. That's why you can't get your news.
That's what I'm saying. Like when the first clip I seen was just, and then her throwing back the mic, and I was like, okay, but I didn't really see any who threw it. Mm-hmm. Then the next day, I was like, lady who didn't throw the bottle but got hit with the mic is thinking about suing. And then the day after that is when I seen the video of the black woman who actually threw the water. But the angle that I seen was she threw it, and I guess she immediately said, "Oh my gosh, sorry." So maybe she had gotten her on the hair and stuff like that. And
I think to me, so I'm looking at this stuff and I feel that it's kind of like like I said, instead of asking, wave your hands in the air, wave like you just don't care.
Yeah.
when do you know to like, do you change songs to transition to say, all right, I asked you to do something on this song.
Right.
This other song, I might ask you to do something else and stuff to stop.
Right.
But it's kind of like she's performing the song.
Yeah.
And she went from this side of the stage to that side of the stage.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, is the time come and gone for the water throwing? Because I didn't get my time and I'm up here in the front.
And you don't, and you're probably like, you're in the moment. You're in the moment. Like,
I put that on Cardi. That one I put on Cardi.
Yeah, yeah.
The DJ one I'm like, I'm still iffy on, but I'm looking at him like, if your first reaction is just to launch the mic, all right. For example, I looked at it stuff, we cuss, or not we, but I want to say, let's say even like social media.
Right.
They yelled at Wiz Khalifa for like cussing out the DJ.
The DJ, right.
Right? For like playing songs and all this type of stuff. He wanted to play songs from the newest shit, the DJ playing some other shit, whatever, and he cussed the DJ out. Cuss the DJ out. You've just already had a situation, you're launching a microphone.
Yeah.
Now you want to throw another microphone again?
But I just don't get how are you not coordinating ahead of time with the DJ?
Good question. I want to say partially ego.
Yeah.
And I want to say most of those things and stuff like, especially, let's say, I will believe on a higher stage.
Right.
There's performance rehearsal.
Yes. Yeah, 100%.
I feel like this is more like a venue where it's kind of like, we got a stage, Cardi's coming through.
She's coming through.
And we're cutting her a check.
Right.
Be like, you can have rehearsal for things. I'm fucking Cardi B. I don't need it. I'm not saying she said that, but it's kind of like, again, the ego thing. Be like, fuck, I need a rehearsal for. It's my song, it's my shit. I know what the fuck I'm going to do and all the above. But again, you've never worked with set person. If you're coming with your own personal DJ,
it's 100%.
You don't need it.
Yeah, you don't need it.
But I'm not interacting and stuff in your establishment and stuff. Like if I come here and stuff is like, hey, I want to revamp the podcast studio for, sexy times with sofa or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I need to make sure everything and stuff is good with the establishment first before I make these kind of like impromptu decisions. They're not working together, so therefore there's going to be a divide.
I'm going to blame the DJ on that one.
But she
shouldn't have thrown the mic. She could have handled it differently, but I'm going to blame the DJ because in a situation like that, the DJ should be looking for her cue.
How do you know what to look for
if instead of just doing shit on his own, huh?
How do you know to look for cues and stuff, whatever?
Well, I mean, if she's still rapping, maybe not switch the record while she's still rapping. That would be a cue for me.
Well, because I feel like if she hit a pause, like that video I've seen, it's kind of like she hit a slight duration of the pause, and then you heard another song kind of come in.
Right.
So it's kind of like, I guess he's like, oh, she stopped going on like WAP lyrics.
Right.
She's like, all right, she's done her part in WAP. And she's like, y'all know what the fuck is it? And he's, and then he's like, oh, new song. And then just switches another song. You hear, blow that black. So you're like, oh, okay, this is it. And she's probably like, what the fuck? No, nigga.
Yeah.
I still got more in this, but I mean, my friend. No,
you just gotta coordinate beforehand.
Dear Cardi.
A little powwow.
And the moment I've been waiting for. This is the only thing I really wanted to talk about besides my letter to Justin Trudeau. Lizzo fat shaming. Your thoughts?
Pot calling the kettle black? Is that what that was?
There was a lot of stuff that was said. Like I saw this I got the information from Vanity Fair.
Okay.
All right. When I read the article and stuff pertaining to what Vanity Fair was saying, they were saying that she had those dancers doing a lot. Like if they went to places and stuff where the reviews, let's say, she had them touching dildos on stage.
Right.
Right. And she would yell at them pertaining to like, what are they eating? And they need to watch how they, they eat because there's a specific kind of look to be this dancer and stuff like that. I want to say part of it kind of came off from what they put in Vanity Fair that it's reasonable what Lizzo
Was requesting.
was requesting,
Right.
and some other stuff was kind of far fetched. But Vanity Fair had like the dancers, the official dancers' names saying these statements and stuff, whatever. So they came out and saying like, she made me do this. She told me I had to eat a banana.
Right.
She told me like, and these are different women, like four dancers,
Right.
4 former dancers stuff came out and saying like, yo, Lizzo is running like a sweatshop.
Some former dancers came out too, right?
I think one former dancer, but all of them are former dancers now because all of them are the lawsuits and stuff.
Right.
You can't sue somebody and still work with them.
Someone was saying how that's what her song Rumors was about.
What?
She was addressing like a previous dancer.
Not a Lizzo fan like that to know the song.
Me neither. But when they played it back, I'm listening to lyrics. I'm like,
so what did the lyrics say? Basically,
all the rumors are true. I did this, that to who? Something another thing. Can't remember, but we'll run it after. Can't run it for you. But just go and listen to Rumors by Lizzo. The Fat Shamer.
Is that the song with Cardi?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Double header. I mean, you got one telling you, yo, don't eat no more, you know? Sit your ass down, don't eat.
The other one say, eat this mic!
Yes, so true. So true. The truth hurts so good. Why Lizzo great till she ain't great? Yo. Poor thing.
Poor thing.
Let me say this. One final thing is to pertain to like this whole Lizzo thing.
Right.
Again, it goes back to what we were saying in the beginning. People line up to watch the Titanic sink. Humility is people. Is it humility why people and stuff wait for people's downfall? Because hear me out. Yeah. Picture this. If you're a humble king,
right?
You're a king. We're talking about you walk through the kingdom and stuff like that with your knights. You're like, oh, somebody looks starving. You're helping them out and all the above. You really think your peoples will really care for your destruction, or they will do everything impossible not to make sure you know.
I'll do everything impossible not to make sure you
yeah. But then if there's no humility, it was kind of like, I run shit don't run me.
I think that's what
it's like, wait for it, bitch.
I think that's what bit her.
Humility.
I mean, keep it a buck. We know a singer like that in the Toronto area. I don't think has any humility at all.
Yeah. I feel like men and women should learn humility. And I think especially when it comes to those affluential people or the influencers and people who, I guess, step above from the normal people,
right,
in the celebrity life, they have to really, 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 really reconsider. Because I look at it stuff as where the humblest of stars, people fucking love them. Not saying like the super shiny ones and stuff, whatever, decked out and all the above. I don't really see Beyonce being too humble. Beehive will come for me. Feel free.
Right.
I don't see Beyonce and stuff being that humble. I see Selena Gomez being that humble. I see Selena Gomez go to a high school, be somebody's prom date.
Yeah.
Out here doing regular shit. You know what I'm saying? And she has like the most subscribers or most followers on the gram.
Mm-hmm.
IG. Like, I look at stuff as like, people fuck with you. No one really wants to see her just like, when they came out that Selena Gomez had on lupus.
Right.
Yo, you would have thought the queen died. I thought the queen died. And for real, they made it seem like, oh my gosh, what are you going to do? What do you mean, what are you going to do? Are you a doctor?
Can't do shit.
This is this lady's thing. Like, she's a normal person like us, deep down and stuff, whatever, too. But they love her like the ice cream truck because she's humble. And you don't want to see a humble person and stuff like fall. I don't want to see a humble person fall.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking like, nah. But if you feel like you're, be like, look here, motherfucker. Oh, this you talking with your chest. And then you turn around, walk away after you cuss me out. And then you stumble. I'm like, fuck, I am good for you. Good for you. Good for you. Humility.
Humility, man.
It's okay, Lizzo. We not perfect.
Yeah.
Don't fat shame me. I put on some weight.
We can still dance though.
Yo, dancing is not an easy thing.
It's not an easy
Them
thing.
motherfuckers be sweating.
It's not an easy thing.
They be out there moving and sweating.
It's a workout.
Oh, it's a work.
It's a workout.
Let's get to the question of the week, man.
Question of the week.
Question of the week. If you can make a 20-second phone call to yourself at any point in your life, past, present, or future, when would you call and what would you say?
Past, present, or future.
Yeah, so let's say pick an age if you want to go like for future-wise.
Yeah.
Pick an age and then tell me what would you say and stuff, whatever. So if you want to say like you want to have a conversation with your 60-year-old self,
Right.
what would you say? You got 20 seconds.
I don't think I'd say anything. I think I'd ask.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd ask him, hey, how are we living at 60?
You now,
Mhm.
49,
Mhm.
want your 60-year-old self to explain in 20 seconds how we living.
I mean,
What do you think the response would be? I'm curious now. Let's run with this. What do you
he's either gonna say, listen, I got 20 seconds.
No, the timer is going after you ask your question.
So
You only
listen-
at 15.
So that's what I'm saying. You go use something and say, you gotta work on some stuff later.
Keep it a buck. Keep it a buck. I would actually go back to like maybe like last week.
Yeah.
And like or a few weeks back and just figure out like, you know, the a lotto shit. Remember the numbers and stuff and be like, hey yo.
Yeah.
I don't have that much time. But I'm gonna need those lotto numbers and stuff, whatever. That's coming for the
See, going back is the thing. If you're going forward, there's not much you can tell them because they're gonna already know. So you're gonna have to be at an asking position.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I think going back and stuff like I'll look because I think a lot of times when I've only had this twice in my life, and it actually I leaned into it. So there's a part in my life where I ran to a random dude. I was at a gas station now. Check it. I was walking out a gas station and stuff in Florida. Like I don't say Miami. I want to say Pembroke Pines to be specific.
Okay.
So I went to the gas station and stuff like that.
Definitely not Orlando.
No, not in Orlando.
Shout out to my Orlando folks.
Yo, Florida Project. You're a piece of shit for that. But it was a situation where I walked out of the gas station, finished paying for like little snacks and shit like that, whatever.
Okay.
Because we went, somebody else was driving. I pay for the gas, and I'm walking out, and they're pumping meanwhile and stuff, whatever. Right? I gave them a signal like, go ahead and start pumping gas.
Right.
And I'm walking out. Some dude looked at me. Some dude was like, yo, I don't know you, but I don't know. Call it God. And when he said call it God, I was like, all right, I believe in God.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, you must be a conduit of God. What's up? You got a message for me? So the man's like, keep doing what you're doing. And no matter what, you're gonna have some fall offs and everything, but don't take it personal. This was in 2008? Either 2008, 2006.
Okay.
Right? I think it was 2006 when the guy said it. I was like, okay, all right. Because random dude, he's like,
yeah.
He's like, all right, my brother, have a blessed day. Black dude, black older dude and stuff, whatever. Like, I was like 20 something and stuff. I want to say dude probably like less than 40. I was like, random. And then my friend was like, what the fuck was that? I was like, he had the word. I just took it.
You got it, yeah.
And I started, and I look at it stuff like going back to like a lot of times when I try not to take certain things personal. And I always remember that moment and stuff, but I was like, random ass man had a message for me. So if I call myself, I'm like, hey, yo, I got a message for you. I'm like, it's already, say, what do you got?
What do you got? Let me know.
I'm going to shout these numbers out because I only got 10 seconds left. I'm like, go. All right, click. Hello. All right, we're good. So I will call the pass. It was good though.
Good call.
All right. Let's get to the Ask the Sons.
In the future.
First Ask the Sons comes from TimBark. Timber? No, it's TimBark, but
TimBark.
TimBark. What is a movie that everyone's seen except you?
Titanic.
Really? Looking at, you know what? Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings. I was already
Eat
gonna
it.
call. I was already gonna call.
You gonna call me
I
out?
was gonna call.
You gonna call me out?
Because I know. I already know.
I looked up. I looked at you staring. I was like, bitch. Lord of the Rings and Schindler's List.
Yeah, I haven't seen Schindler's List either.
The reason, and I had Schindler's List and stuff first. I'll tell you why Schindler's List and stuff. But I want to break my neck to watch Schindler's List. And I know so many people watch Schindler's List. Awards and all that type of shit is one. When I realized that there was a movie called Schindler's List, I seen like a part of it or a commercial of it maybe back then, that the whole movie was black and white.
Right.
And Anne Frank was the only one in color.
Mm.
So I was like, the whole movie's black and white, but this one little girl and stuff is in color and everything. They're like, yes, Anne Frank. And they're like, the Diary of Anne Frank. And I was like, oh, okay.
Right.
When I heard the real Diary of Anne Frank, I heard about it. Because like after that, I was kind of curious and stuff that like, damn, she wrote a diary and everything about that, like, yeah, about watching all these people getting captured and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And she was like 12, 13, can't remember the age and stuff, forgiving me, people, Holocaust survivors.
Mm.
But I look at it stuff as where this girl was a young adolescent girl going through puberty.
Yeah.
A lot of that diary with no parents in an attic consists of her talking about her masturbation experiences.
Mm.
And that's legit.
Mm.
I'm not bullshitting. It's there.
Right, yeah.
Right? So I'm looking at stuff, I was like, now I combine this with the Schindler's List thing. I was like, are they going to talk about a 12-year-old masturbating? Because I don't want to hear or see that shit. So that will already push me off from watching that from like that time.
Yeah.
But they're like, yeah, Schindler's List, Schindler's List, Schindler's List. I'm like, and now I realize the stuff that a lot of times the movies that I like, some people don't fuck with. So I don't really break my neck and stuff and really care. Like everybody loves Avatar. And I don't, I seen Avatar and stuff and I'm like, I
watched the first one. I didn't watch the second one though.
The water thing? The way of the, what is it? Way of the water?
Way of the water, I think.
Yeah. No, I do not. Next Ask the Sons question comes from Bendy Spoon. What are you doing if the world had no internet for 1 month?
For 1 month?
When I saw this question, I'm actually curious about you because you have an online business.
Mm.
So you can't work.
No.
So what are you doing for this month?
Make music.
Just make music and stuff and just like stack it until the internet comes back.
That's it.
Would you go outside?
Yeah. Enjoy some fresh air.
I
read.
I was about to say I would read, like I would try to get physically stronger and healthier, and mentally stronger and healthier without the interaction and stuff. Because I want to say there's some people and stuff. My personal peoples that I don't need the internet for them.
Right.
But some people and stuff they do. I had a relative and stuff too. It's funny. I'll tell you and stuff later, but they sent me a message through WhatsApp. They have my phone number. They can text me. They can call me, but they send a message through WhatsApp. That's the internet conduit to me, and I don't really check WhatsApp like that, right? So I'm looking at stuff like, if we had no internet, whatever, this is left in limbo. This is not the way to communicate with me.
Right.
So I look at it stuff as I don't need the internet to do what I do.
Is that person within an earshot? Like, can that person physically come in and see you?
Be trying to touch me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I would say that I would say internet wise has given people more access to communicate. I remember growing up watching my mom receive letters and writing letters to send to Jamaica, and it's like that shit is going by boat. So by the time it gets there, it's already a week has already gone. Events are different.
I was gonna say a month.
It could be a month, but you know what I mean. So much things has changed by the time that person gets that letter, right? Then it got to the point where people start getting the phones, but then the time that you spend on the phone long distance, you couldn't make that. You couldn't call so often. You would call maybe once every 3 months, or just to check up.
Because costly.
Now, internet has removed all of that.
For sure.
It's like everybody's just a message away.
But I feel like the reach out and touch ones or the earshot people, they still use these things and stuff, these conduits.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's not genuine or legit to me. Like, I feel like if I saw you last week and you're wishing me happy birthday through like Instagram, bitch, pull up.
Right.
Call me.
Right.
We don't need the internet, whatever, right? But
Right.
some people, they just use the internet. Now, I can't speak for, because I feel like, and I'm attacking introverts and stuff, whatever, because like, oh, you know, I'm an introvert, I don't like to deal with people and stuff like that, whatever. Bullshit. Practice. Practice. You make time for the things and the people that you love. So if you love me, reach out to me the way directly.
Right.
Use a direct route and stuff, whatever. I'm like, hell, one day with the Rogers thing and stuff, whatever, when everything was shut down,
Right.
my ex and I, we don't live together. We live some distance between each other. I need to know what's going on with my son. I sent email, Doug. I'm like, when you find some kind of miraculous way, you contact me. And then when she was on Wi-Fi and stuff, whatever, we made it happen. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's ways and stuff you can go about it without really involving the internet and stuff. So I can't pity anybody. You know, I pity the fool for an excuse. And the last Ask the Sons for the week
For
comes
just
from
this week. There'll be more next week.
from Flappy Heck.
Flappy Heck.
Would you date a woman that watches a lot of porn?
Yeah.
Think about this now.
Yeah, I thought about it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
Why?
Yeah, let me hear this.
I
Her
would
sex drive and stuff might be high.
I was about to say, I just think she has a high sexuality. That's all.
And yeah, and she might, if she watches a lot of porn. I'm not saying you might think she might be past the vanilla shit.
Right.
Are you ready for a woman that's watched enough porn for some pegging action?
Well, hell no. But the fact that she watches so much porn is not going to stop me from talking to
But
her.
no, but she might be like, you know, I watch a lot of porn. I'm kind of a sexual person.
Yeah.
Will you be into like me pegging you and stuff like that? I've seen in the movies, I always wanted to do it to a guy and stuff like that.
Just tell her this is where our relationship ends.
So you want to date?
No, I date her until that point.
See, so that's no. That's
No
a
one
no.
knows what will come. No one knows what will come.
That's a no.
I
man.
could say no, I'm not about that. And she could say fine. And
she should shout out another kind of porn.
And
She's like, all right.
move out the pegging altogether.
She's like, all right, no pegging. I'm into scat. She wants to drop a load on your chest.
She's still on her own with that one.
She's still on her own. She wants to include you.
If she wants to scat on herself, she's more than welcome.
Ew.
I'm scat proof.
Ew. I'm like, how would she do that? Like, unless she's upside down and ew. The visuals. See what sucks when you're an artist? You think of these things?
Think of these things.
This is sad.
Keep
Keep it a buck. It's a novelty. The thought sounds entertaining.
Right.
But I don't watch that much porn.
Right.
Like I want to say, if we're considered like porn and stuff like penetration, all that type of stuff, I don't watch that porn. I don't watch that much porn.
Right.
Like I look at it stuff as like, there's been some time. It's been some time since I watched porn like that. I want to say, now I seen something where somebody sent me some video about some things getting done to them, and they're like, do this. Do this to me.
That's different. You haven't gone seeking it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Gone seeking it and stuff, whatever. Like, nah, I'm over it. I don't know, because and the reason why I say like I think I'm over it, because I look at it stuff as where I don't want to see it. I want to do it.
Yeah.
So I think for me seeking it and stuff, whatever, I was like, the energy I'm taking seeking it, I can use that energy to make it happen. Right? Like I always hear like, and I guess I'm shooting at everybody. This would be like the incel type of dudes and stuff like that, right? If they can't get a woman, or they're like, I'm trying to get a woman, like, take your ass out there in the open. Like, yo, maybe internet dating or like Tinder isn't working for you. Maybe
church.
Maybe a face-to-face interaction with a person might be better. Some people are socially awkward. I get that, but some people might find that shit cute.
Yeah.
Because I remember one time I seen a woman of years. Before I met my ex-wife, I was like, woman looked at me. She smelt me.
Mm-hmm.
She smelt me. And when I saw her, I'm like, damn, this lady's gorgeous. And like, you know me, I have a problem with my intrusive thoughts. It's kind of like, she said, "Oh my gosh, you smell delicious. You smell divine." I looked at him like, "Fuck, you're gorgeous." I was like, "I'm sorry." I was like, "I'm sorry. Can we start over?" I was like, so that right there's a little awkward, social awkward moment and stuff for them, right? I'm
Right.
like, "I'm Marv." She's like, and she introduced herself and stuff for that shit, but she was spoken for. But she's
Right.
like, "You just smell so," and I was like, "You always do this?" And she's like, "Yeah, I give compliments when compliments are due."
Right.
She's like, and this was like an outing situation. She's like, I walk past some dudes and maybe the colognes and stuff may smell the same, but your shit is just unique to you in this setting. And I was like, and I was still stumbling on some thoughts and stuff. And I was like, yo, can I buy you a drink?
Right.
And when I bought her a drink and then I start drinking on my liquid courage, the words came out a little bit smoother. We had more of a convo. We even danced a few times and stuff, whatever, in the establishment. And I was like, cool. And we just went about our merry way.
Right.
So before, when we parted ways and stuff with her, she's like, I like you. You're handsome yet awkward and stuff at times. I'm not really socially awkward, but
Yeah.
I was stunned by her beauty.
Right. Right. Yeah. It caught you off guard.
And she found that cute. So some women and stuff might be like, I really like you. I don't know. I saw the movie Hitch. They said you don't come with a game and a scheme, but I'm trying. And some women are like, you know what? Fuck it. Take a chance. Because it might be something that they're not really used to.
Yep.
And just see where it goes.
Yep.
So I feel like some dudes are just really, I feel like more guys. I don't want to be sexist by it, but I'm like women too. I feel like more women need to be taking charge because a woman told me, I seen you before you see me. She knows that she seen me before I seen her.
Mhm.
Approach me.
Yeah, no, this.
But they're like, I don't want to seem thirsty. Come on. You're going to go home and go touch yourself to porn tonight when I could be able to help you.
This is back when we were at, when I was DJing at the Chocolate City.
Did they throw mics at you?
No.
Okay.
Just
making sure. I got to make sure you're okay.
I was good. I was
okay.
good. I was good.
On the Cardi B video to give you PTSD.
But the girl pinched my ass though.
She pinched your ass. Why you were DJing?
While I was.
Did you scratch the record?
While I was DJing, she pinched my ass. I turned around and looked. It was because it was two of them. It was like it's her and her friend were there, right?
Mm.
I turned around and looked, and the two of them were just looking with a smile. My friend likes you. So I said, all right, let's chop it up. And she became my girlfriend.
And you live happily ever after until you met your wife.
Until I met my wife. Good shot.
Shooters got to shoot.
Shooters got to shoot. Man.
Shooters got to shoot.
And you don't know if you don't know what you're gonna hit unless you shoot.
I always feel like,
and you can't hit anything if you don't shoot.
True. I feel like most of the times when it comes to like porn, if you watch that much porn, you're really deprived of something.
I think so.
So I feel like if you're deprived of something, why not try and go for that something and stuff? Try to look to fulfill it. So then therefore, that's what it is. I think maybe that's part of the reason why I don't really chase porn and stuff. Like I look at a twerking video on the gram and stuff, whatever, for sure. But like, it's, what is it, a minute now? Is it a minute and 30 possibly? I don't know. I just like these things of like short ass clips and be like, yeah, that was nice. And then just keep it pushing. But it's not like, I have to bring this back. Where's the lotion? Let me get a moment. Am I by myself? You know what I'm saying?
Section. Section, please.
I'm done. Cut the camera. I can say one thing about this damn show, and I appreciate you for it, whatever. We always come back to full fucking circle.
Always.
To full fucking circle.
We can always find a tie-in some
There's
way,
no
somehow.
one that can say, no, the shows don't come back to full fucking circle.
We can always find a tie-in some way, somehow. Some way, somehow, we're going to tie that shoelace.
Oh, God did. Yes, he did. And that's it, folks. We are here. We're at the end.
That's it.
And the So Say the Sons this week. Hopefully you like this one. So Say the Sons this week says, consistency is what separates the pros from the average Joes. So Say the Sons. He's not your average.
I love that one. I love that one.
Yeah.
Because we preach and we live by consistency.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, because what is it? Practice makes perfect. What is it? The 10,000 hours.
Mhm.
The average Joes won't put in the 10,000 hours,
No,
right?
no.
But they might put in maybe an hour or two. I won't even give them 10 hours compared to the 10,000. 10,000 is stuff that you showed me a lot of consistency.
Yeah.
You're coming in every now and then. What is it? I love the expression. They say Christmas comes once a year. If you only show up one time and stuff, or maybe twice, like at Easter, like Christmas and Easter, I can't fuck with you like that. No. So yes. So say the Suns.
So says the Suns.
Once again, folks, like, comment, subscribe. We appreciate you guys. And
all of that.
You know, the full circle of the Podical Sons will come back and just give it to you and bless you. Don't forget, every Tuesday, check out the episodes. And if you already beat up this current one, there's over 250 to go back and chase.
Over 250 to go back.
If you didn't listen to any one of those other ones, if you did, we rock with you, we respect you, and we love you.
Don't ask us about any of those episodes because we can't tell
Man,
you. We can't tell you.
I can tell you that this episode right here, we talked about Lizzo fat shaming. That's what I can tell you about.
Don't ask us about this episode next week.
No, don't. Please, I beg. Once again, thank you for listening to the Podical Sons. Remember, the difference between genius and stupidity is that genius has its limits.
Peace and love.
The Podical Sons with Not Your Average Joseph and Sofa King Marvelous.